there was a great reaction, I understand, from the Monaco fans in the stadium, even though the game was being postponed for 24 hours.
Yeah, but turn round here, nobody really knew what was going on. The Monaco fans away down to my left eventually started singing Dortmund. That got a fantastic response, as you can imagine, from all these Dortmund fans. But I think the main thing to get across to you here is just how concerned everybody inside the stadium was. Thoughts back to what happened in Paris last year as well, and a lot of people just wondering, was something else going to happen inside this stadium? Thankfully, that was not the case.
Well, that's good to hear. Darryl, thank you very much for talking to us on this serious occasion. Well, it seems a bit of perspective, but bringing it back to football, we saw quite an extraordinary first half. Very reminiscent, I suppose, of Barca's performance in Paris, although they offered a bit more going forward.
Yeah, I think Juventus today, they've put on a fantastic display of how to defend, how to be brave. They've pressed Barcelona all over the park at times, and when they've had their chances, they've been decisive and they've punished Barcelona. Barcelona, for me today, have showed no intent, no idea how to press, let their players stand off, watch players make decisions and really dictate to them what happens. And so this is a shadow of the Barcelona team we saw play in the second leg against Paris.
Missing one or two of their players, particularly defensively, they're weak, don't they?
Yeah, I can't understand why Jordi Alba's on the bench. I don't know whether he's carrying a bit of a knock, but it's a big surprise to us that he wasn't in the starting 11, because Juventus have found Barcelona's weakness very quickly. Mateu's having a nightmare at left back. He's not getting tight enough. He's backing off and he's scared of Cuadrado's pace.
He has a nightmare in most games I've seen him play. I'm not quite sure I was a Barcelona player, but that's just a personal view. Ian, you went big on Juventus before the game, and I have to give credit where credit is due, and you pulled out Dybala as the key man as well.
Well, because once we kind of put it that Busquets weren't going to play, with his natural ability to seek out danger and see where the danger is, you just feel that he would have snuffed out maybe a couple of these chances. But, the way they played against Paris Saint-Germain in that first game in Paris was they were poor. They weren't closing down, like Stevie mentioned it, Mateo there. He's just not getting close enough, Steve.
He just backs off. He's terrified of the pace. The first thing he should do is get tight and stop Cuadrado, coming forward. But he backs off and he shows him the left, he shows him the right, and it's easy for him to pick the pass out. He picks the pass out and Piqué is miles off the Dybala as well, so it's so easy for him to get a shot off. It's poor defensive. It's very, very passive.
As a defender here, you've got to show him either to the line or show him away from goal. Here, he just says to him, "You decide where you want to go, and I'll let you go." And it's a great finish, and I mean, there's a lot of talk about him being a player that people are looking to invest in, and today we were talking that his price tag must have been rocketing through the roof after 2 goals. I suspect there'll be more
talk now.
Yes.
And he already added to that not too long after that goal, he made it another.
Yeah, it's similar problems. We talk about how passive Barcelona are without the ball. I mean, Barcelona have showed a lot more going forward. Here is a sensational pass by Messi. It takes 4 or 5 Juventus defenders out the game, and this chance will be playing on Iniesta's mind because he should score. It's a great save, but for me,
he should go low, Steve.
I think he's got to keep it on the grass.
I see what you say. I just think that for his age, for his reactions, unbelievable. But you are expecting Iniesta to score that, to be honest.
That pass was like on FIFA. You can't see that in real life. You don't see that pass in real life.
It's unbelievable. Vision, even to spot it.
Unbelievable. But here, this is like, we're missing Busquets. This is what we talked about before. Busquets is in that area. Where that ball comes, invariably, Busquets is patrolling that area. He sees danger. He understands where it is. Mascherano reacts too late, and at this level, you don't get a second chance to stop things.
When you see the chance, like when 76 seconds later, it's in the back of your net. That's the levels we're dealing with here.
Great finish.
It's very clear that the weakness in Barcelona's teams in the full-back areas, they're getting absolutely murdered down both flanks.
Anyway, back. They need it. Well, they showed they've got chances that
away
goal would do it.
That was a great chance. Messi seems to have got the ump halfway through it, and he started to play. So you cannot write them off. But I think that Juventus have still got another couple of goals in them if they want it.
Well, I think the Barcelona score, it changes this tie completely. They get an away goal. It's almost like it's a great result going back.